Hello, lovelies. I'm actually not feeling the best today. I'm feeling really fatigued. I've actually been feeling this way for the past week now, and I thought it had something to do with the time change, but I actually think it's deeper than that. I think I'm going through some kind of upgrade. I've been having really bad headaches too, third eye headaches and like pressure on the top of my head, and no matter what, I just cannot get enough sleep. I usually sleep for at least 8 hours, sometimes a little longer to feel like really energized. So usually 8 to 9 hours. But I've only been able to sleep for 6 or 7, and then I just wake up and then I'm tired and groggy and fatigued. I don't know what the hell is going on. But okay, we're gonna see what's coming through. I did meditate a little bit before, but they told me to just turn on the camera and see what message comes through because the message was coming through a little jumbled. I was getting like snippets, but not one cohesive message. So I was seeing, excuse me, I was seeing in my mind's eye movies that have robots in them. So like iRobot, I was seeing Transformers. I was also seeing that newer one with Millie Bobby Brown as the star, Electric State. I was seeing that movie. And Spirit said you guys are no longer operating as AI. I was like, okay. And then they showed me, or I started to feel, they showed me and I started to feel a pulsation where my solar plexus is, which is your the solar plexus govern shit, y'all. Your solar plexus governs your willpower and your confidence. And I saw this line going up, and as I saw this line going up, I felt the energy going up to my heart chakra and my throat chakra, and the word that's coming through is alignment. So there's something here about you reaching a new level of authenticity, and I think we touched on this in the last video, so this is like a further extension of that part of the message. Yeah, you're no longer operating as AI. There's something here about you being kind of robotic in a way, or tectonic is coming through. I actually don't know the exact definition of that word, but tectonic is coming through. There's this, I'm hearing it trying to appease others. So there's this sense of, they're showing me Frankenstein, like the scene where, you know, the guy is working on Frankenstein and he's like building this person. The term that's coming through is like Captain Build-A-Bitch, like this. That's what just came through. It's like you were positioning yourself in such a way that blended in with society, or you talked about things in a way that blended in with society. And Spirit is saying this way was kind of AI, like it was kind of robotic. This is a message where I'm calling you out. It was kind of robotic in a way. And you're strengthening the perception of yourself in some way. Let me see what wants to come through. This message is so like, I also feel like my energy is very jumbled as well, and that's why, because I'm feeling fatigued and just kind of they're being so funny today. They're showing me the movie, shit, what's it called? I have to remember it. It's the guy who's with the big lady, and oh, she's like really mean to him. It's an older movie. She's really mean to him, and what is his name? Because that's the name of the movie. Y'all, I can't use my phone because I'm recording on my phone. Dang it. But the point is, she's really mean to him, and like she's very controlling. And at the end of the movie, he ends up leaving her and getting with someone who like sees him for who he is and like genuinely loves him. I think it starts with an H. I want to say Hermit, but that's not his name. Oh, it's gonna bug me. Anyways, I think they're showing me that because you could have been someone who was susceptible to control and easily influenced by the people around you. Again, like this kind of robotic. It's like they're showing me a computer. It's like you were downloading programs, or we could say you were programmed in a way to just kind of go with the flow or do what other people were doing. I'm even hearing following the trends, or okay, they're actually showing me a video that I made last night about this where I was talking about how, okay, I like how they're bringing this message into this message. So I was talking about how if I could tell my younger self anything, my teenage self, if you don't know, I'm 23. So if I could tell my teenage self anything, I would tell her that being subjective is cool. And your cool isn't going to look like someone else's cool. And being cool is really just about being authentic, finding your own sense of individuality, and figuring out, what music you like, what music makes you feel alive and cool and confident. What clothes make you feel like the most you, what shows do you really enjoy watching, what activities do you really love to do, what makes you feel cool, what makes you feel confident, what makes you feel you. And that is what is cool, right? Because a lot of the times when we're younger, if you're like me and you were an outcast in a way, like I was someone who was an outcast, but I also was a chameleon. So internally I felt like an outcast, and I knew I was weird and I knew I was different, but I really masked that like a lot. And so I was a chameleon, and I would bounce around to different friend groups, like whoever I was around at the time. Like if I was friends with that person in that group, then I would just, be a chameleon and blend in there, and vice versa when I was somewhere else. So does that make sense? I think it makes sense. And so, and that was actually authentic to me in a way, because I wasn't someone who discriminated or thought that like I could find connection with people anywhere. Like I always found a way to connect with people in certain ways, right? No matter what group I was in, I knew that there was something in common. Like there was something I would find in common with that person, because we're human. We're all humans, we're all living this life. And I've always had the kind of this open heart, and I wasn't very hierarchical. I didn't see people through, like I knew that there was this hierarchy, and that I could see that, oh, this is the popular people, this is this person, and I could kind of categorize people, but that's not how I lived my life, right? And I feel like I'm saying this for a reason. I feel like you could resonate. And I feel like if you are that person, then you've always been connected to a higher consciousness. Like that seed has always been within you, like ready, and it was waiting to be awoken. And that's what, led you here, right? Onto this journey, because you always felt that connection to something bigger than you, to where you could always see outside of the boxes and the hierarchies and the systems, even if you didn't understand it at the time. And so you're deprogramming, it's what's coming through. You're deprogramming, and you're recognizing what programs you have ran that have made you robotic, have made you less authentic, that have made you less original, that have made you less individual. And you're deprogramming from that. And this is happening through a solar plexus, heart chakra, and throat chakra alignment. So your wheel, your solar plexus, is activating. How do I say this? Let me see. Help me with this, spirit. Okay, they're showing me a triangle. They were talking about this in meditation too, but I got kind of confused. Now they're making it make sense. Okay, so they're showing it as a triangle with a line through the middle, right? So it's like your throat. Obviously, you have to picture it bigger, but it's like your throat and your solar plexus and your heart is there's a line and there's a triangle. So it's like this around it, right? So all these three, like, this is making sense. Is this making sense? So the triangle starts from your throat chakra and goes down and then goes over, and that line at the bottom is connecting your solar plexus, and then the other line is going up to your throat as well, and then down the middle it's connecting your throat, heart, and solar plexus. And so there's this flow of energy right now where all of these centers are activating each other, right? So it's like when you move from your heart space, right, that's going to propel you to speak from an authentic place. I'm trying to articulate this. This is such a profound message, but I'm having a hard time articulating it. They're really telling me that your throat and your heart are fueling your throat. And I actually touched on in the last message the fact that your throat was activating in some way and you're being called to speak your truth. And there's really something about you needing to cultivate a sense of safety, which I feel like you've done, and that's why you're able to move from this aligned place now. You can recognize that you're making decisions from the heart now. Excuse me. And your discernment is sharper because you are connected to your heart. Okay. They're wanting me to talk about what I've been moving through lately. So, for example, God, there's such a throat block around this. So, I have been on a celibacy journey for 4 years. I've been celibate for over 4 years now. 4 years. October was 4 years. So, you can't do the math there, but I have carried so much shame around choosing to do this for myself. And it's because society has, why am I being called to talk about this? It's because society has put instant gratification on display and made it to where casual, I don't know if I can say this word, casual intimacy, you know what I'm talking about, is seen as, it's what's on display now. Like, that's what's marketed to us, and along with objectification and lust and this idea of like fast tracking connection, and that has never resonated with me, like, ever. And so when I was younger, I was one of the people that picked a little later, around like 17, 18, and I think you know what I mean by that. And at first it was coming from conditioning, religious conditioning and purity culture, and thinking that I needed to like save myself. And that's not why I'm doing it now, but there's still this program running in the background of like, oh, you should just go and do whatever. Like, you should just sleep around. I hope this doesn't get, what's it called? God, I'm struggling with blocks as I'm talking about this, but I feel like I need to work through it. And this could be significant for someone here, but yeah, that's what I've been having to work through. And there's been so many videos coming up on my FYP about casual intimacy and how like it's normal. Like, and people, I even saw a video where a person was talking about how corn was okay, and I was like, actually they've done brain scans that show that people who watch that are more prone to objectification. Like, when you watch that, the part of your brain that activates when you see like an object, that's what's activated. And so people are actually objectifying people when they watch that, and that's just by like science. That's your brain, neuroscience. And so I went down this spiral, and I was like, is there something wrong with me? Because people in the comment section were even talking about how they do that with their friends, or they've engaged in activities, sex activities, where they weren't even attracted to the person they were doing those activities with. And I was like, this is like not normal for me. And I felt very self-conscious about it. And I was like, this is just not me though, and that's okay. And I don't judge other people that do engage in casual intimacy, because some people are hyper, and that's okay. Who am I to tell them, especially if that's who they were from like a young age, and it doesn't feel like, I don't know, I can't speak for everybody in their journey. I have friends who engage in casual intimacy, and it's empowering for them and they enjoy it, but that's just not me. And so I've been having to work through that. And when I was watching that video, I had to use my discernment and say, okay, you're feeling shame, but why? And it's because you're not accepting yourself for who you are, because I need to go slower when it comes to that. I value safety and trust and depth. And that's just different from what those people in that comment section and the person that made that video may value. So I say this to say, because I've kind of just been on a tangent about myself and I don't want to take away from you guys' message, but I say that to say you're recognizing this serves as like an example for what the ways in your life where you have modified your boundaries or morphed yourself to fit other people's expectations, or did things did things not from a place of the heart or the soul, and rather it's like those, this is so hard to articulate, those bear with me, those decisions were coming from your programming. Yes, there we go. And conditioning and marketing. And so you're recognizing what is you and what isn't you. And you're kind of like dissecting that right now. Even if it's not, I feel like it is a little bit, I feel like it is consciously. Okay, let me ground my energy, because this energy is all over the place. Bear with me, you guys. I need to ground myself. It's like you're seeing through illusions at this time. You're choosing a different path as well. You could feel like the people around you are going in different directions than where you're going, but you're still choosing to choose that path. And this could be activating some guilt within you, or yes, it's like you're noticing through following your path and opening yourself up to more, you're recognizing the conditioning there, because there's so much coming up, like guilt or questioning yourself, or recognizing in what ways you don't see eye to eye with people. And you're choosing to allow yourself to take the path that you want to take. You're choosing to allow yourself to believe in what you want to believe in. You're choosing to allow yourself to live your life in the way that you've always wanted to live your life. And by doing that, you're deconditioning from all the ways that you were taught otherwise. And this is incredibly liberating for you. I'm seeing the Temperance card in tarot. So there's definitely this balancing happening. And they're saying in your chakras as well. I'm hearing the song by Nicki Minaj, Starships were... Oh, always burping. Excuse me. Affirmation burp. Starships were meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky. I've been channeling a lot of Aquarius energy lately, and Nicki Minaj is an Aquarius rising. So, or is she an Aquarius? I think she's an Aquarius rising. That's another thing. Recognizing what about you makes you you, and allowing yourself to be unique, allowing yourself to lean into the parts of you that may be unconventional, that may the parts of you that you may be more reluctant to share. This energy is so, the energy today is just not it, y'all. And you don't recognize at this moment how much it's going to liberate you. They're saying by the end of the year, you're going to be a completely different person than you are right now. And your energy is going to have shifted so much. There's something else here about how you're not afraid to trigger people as much as you used to be afraid to trigger people. And so this is correlated to this as well, because if you're not as scared of how people are perceiving you or how they're going to interpret or digest what you say or what you do, then you're able to be more liberated in your authentic expression. I cooked with that one. Okay. Okay. I'm wearing my Stranger Things shirt as well. Not a coincidence, you guys. We're weirdos over here. Weirdos and nerds and witches and warlocks and... There's something here about dystopian movies as well. Like the leaders in dystopian movies, like Triss and, what's his name? Thomas in The Maze Runner, and Katniss. And I'm also seeing the movie Predator. The movie Predator could be significant. Oh, okay, so in the movie Predator, that's actually a really good movie, by the way. I think I love it so much because I love fantasy, but in the movie, he has to go to another planet? I think he has to go to another planet because I don't want to spoil it in case you want to watch it, because he has to prove to his clan that he is just as strong as the other members, especially because his father is the leader of the clan. So he has to really prove himself. And right now he's considered the weakest, and they usually cast out the weakest. So he has to go to this other planet and capture a creature to capture or kill one. I think it's capture. And prove that he is strong and he deserves to be a part of the clan. But on this journey, he recognizing in what ways how the clan lives their life, or some of the rules that they have, he ends up living his life in a different way afterwards. Like towards the end of the movie, he starts to see things differently because of what he experiences on that planet. And so I really feel like your life, oh, my foot is itching. I really feel like your life experiences, or really, I'm getting what you've experienced in the past year, have really made you start to look at yourself and your life differently, and how you express yourself differently. I'm hearing you care less about what people think. I'm hearing like you're more interested in your future. You're more interested in, because you know these people, like the people's opinions that you may have, thought about, or their perceptions. These people aren't going to help you create a better life for yourself. These people aren't going to get you to where you want to go. And there's no sense in caring about what they have to say or what they think, because they're not even necessarily aligned with you, is what I'm getting. These could be people from your past or people in your life now that you feel like aren't aligned with you anymore. Take it how it resonates. But you're liberating yourself at this time. I'm also hearing that you're letting go of tendencies or habits that kept you safe. You're putting your best foot forward. I'm also hearing the song Take Your Time by Jacqueline. She's an upcoming rapper. She's kind of still underground, so, but yeah, I'm hearing that song if you want to go listen to it. It's Take Your Time by Jacqueline, Jacquuleen, I think. Oh, feeling so fatigued. That could actually be a sign this is for you. Y'all, I've been feeling like I want to throw up every single day for the past week. I think I'm going to end the message here because want to go lay down. Anything else, Spirit? I don't want to give you guys a half-ass message, though. Make sure everything that needs to come out comes out. Anything else, Spirit? I'm seeing mountains. And like white wolves. Someone here could have a wolf tattoo. Tattoos have been coming through like crazy. You guys could be wanting to get new tattoos. Okay, I'm gonna pull a Moonology card. And I think I'm gonna go lay down, you guys. I feel sick. I really hope this is just an upgrade. Oh shoot, did I just mix them up? Oh no, I didn't. I think it would have mattered that much. Okay. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Yeah, you guys are developing a stronger confidence, stronger sense of self, stronger discernment as well. You could be a Leo. Yellow too, solar plexus. We're just talking about that. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio could be significant. Purple. It's time to release negativity. Oh God. Surrender to the divine. Full moon. Next full moon could be significant. And then we have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Yeah, I just heard you guys are moving on from something. This could be many different things. It could be an environment. It could be relationships. It could be a job. It could be your home. You could be planning on moving. Also, something about what we were talking about, how you live your life. You're closing out a cycle of how you presented yourself to the world and how you interacted with the people around you. How you portrayed yourself. Surrender to the divine. I just heard there's something new coming in. There's something new coming in. I'm going to pull a couple of tarot cards to get a read on that before I go. Where's my deck? Oh, right there. So many decks, y'all. Actually, am I gonna post this? I'll probably post this. Just because the message was kind of all over the place a little bit. But it's okay. Somebody needs to hear it, I believe. Okay, well that... Y'all, I split the deck and a card fell off and onto the floor. When it falls onto the floor, it means it's very important. 6 of Wands, recognition. And that makes so much sense with the confidence card coming out. You're receiving recognition of some kind. This has to do with you stepping into your authenticity. Stepping into your authenticity, really embracing your originality and being recognized for it, being seen for it. And I'm also hearing being loved for it, being loved for who you truly are. No longer sacrificing parts of yourself to appease others. Literally, the confirmation again with the end of a tough cycle approaches. Capricorn energy could also be significant, but the World card as well. Confirmation that a cycle just ended. Hell yes. Hell to the motherfucking yes. Okay. That is your message. Reefs could be significant. I'm really drawn to how this is like a reef. Okay. That was your message. I really hope it resonated, and I love you.